we need to get people in the door. We're going to talk about organic, grassroots, or what I call presidential marketing. When a president goes and does a campaign, half of it is spent on digital ads and all of that, but half of it is spent on him, kissing babies, shaking hands, going door to door, doing those fake waves. So you need to get yourself out there.
What if you could reclaim hours of free time each week, create legacy building wealth, and devote more energy to your passion projects without giving up on your career as a life-saving MD? Dr. Vikram Raya is a functional cardiologist, high-performance coach, and real estate expert. Is here to give you the tools, strategies, and solutions you need to transform your life, unlock your limitless potential, and achieve greatness, all while freeing up your precious time. Welcome to Limitless MD. Let's dive in.
All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to go from zero income to 7 figures in less than 12 months with my 7-step process on how to build a clinic. Buckle up, get ready, let's ignite. All right, guys, step 1. What do? You need to figure out, hey, where am I going to set up shop? Find a physical location, set it up, get it done, secure at least a 12-month, preferably 24 or 36-month lease. Step 2, figure out a good name. When I was starting my clinic, a functional medicine clinic, I call it Vitology Institute. Why? Because I wanted to make people vital. I wanted to revitalize people. I wanted to take people's energy to the next level. The next step was create an LLC, have an official entity and a name. Now, it could be an LLC, it could be another entity structure. Talk to your legal representative, talk to your CPA, and find the right entity for you. What's next? You need to get a logo. A powerful logo is exciting. It attracts patient attention. It makes you want to spend time and energy there. It determines the color scheme of your clinic, etc. Get a logo and officially a brand guide that comes with the logo. Now you finish step 1. What's step 2? Step 2 is the basics. What are the basics? You need to make a big decision. The biggest decision a practice can make is whether they're going to be insurance, cash, or hybrid. Let me tell you the difference. A cash-based practice is really attractive, especially for elective type of procedures or things that are not covered by insurance. It's very exciting because you get a bigger cut of the pie. The negative is you really have to have a powerful marketing arm to drive patient traffic to you because the insurance companies won't be supplying them to you. The con is true, or the reverse is true for insurance. Less reimbursements, however, the volume is more guaranteed. I recommend the third option, the hybrid option. So start off as a traditional insurance-based practice, but within a short amount of time, start charging a membership fee, a concierge boutique fee, so you are providing a higher level of value on top of the traditional insurance services. Okay, so that's one of the big decisions. And then you need to get approved. If you're going to be an insurance-based practice, there's 5 main insurance carriers: United Health Group, Anthem, Aetna, Cigna, Humana, right? If you're approved by those, then probably 75 to 80% of the patients out there can come and see you. Now we need to start talking about team. At the beginning, you got to run it lean, right? To get to your dreams, you need a team, but also to keep your overhead low, you got to run it very lean. And so what I suggest is a front desk staff, and then you're the clinician, and you room and book your own patients. And this way you can keep your overhead low and get the process started. What's step 3? We need to get people in the door. We're going to talk about organic, grassroots, or what I call presidential marketing. When a president goes and does a campaign, half of it is spent on digital ads and all of that, but half of it is spent on him, kissing babies, shaking hands, going door to door, doing those fake waves. So you need to get yourself out there. What I suggest is in step 1 of your presidential marketing campaign, within a 1 square mile radius of your clinic, you need to reach out to the top 50 practitioners. Go see them, sit down with them, explain to them you just started a new practice. Give them a tear sheet. A tear sheet is where it's a simple way for the front desk to say, hey, you're a dermatologist? Great. Here's a referral. Boom. It automatically gets to your clinic. And in the olden days, it was a physical tear sheet. Eventually, you can make it a digital tear sheet where you're one of the top providers for that specialty in their EMR. So they just press a click and a button, and boom, it shows up on your side as a new patient referral. Another powerful thing to do is you need to make yourself available, right? Most doctors in general are pretty full. They're pretty busy. And so if you give your cell phone number to any of the doctors and say, hey, text me anytime, any person you text me, boom, my team is going to get them in there within 24 hours. How powerful is that? So give them your cell phone and say, we can see your patient the same day. Write that on the back of this of your business card with your cell phone number and give it to these referring doctors. The next step is signing up for ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a service where you pay a fee and they have a scheduling booking link where they automatically fill up your calendar. Pay the money, pay the platinum, and start seeing all these referrals coming in from ZocDoc. The next step is make sure you're squared away with Google, your website, Apple Maps, right? Google My Business, all of that. You want to make sure that you're notified, you're aware, people know that, hey, when they type in orthopedics, when they type in dermatology, when they type in cardiology, boom, your practice shows up. Can they book from your website? Can they book from Google? Can they book from these types of locations? The reason is you want to reduce friction for them to take the first step to come in and see you. The next is if you're a hospital-based specialty, you may want to start taking call at the local hospital. So if you take cardiology call, oncology call, dermatology call, rheumatology call, then those patients that you see that are unassigned at the hospital can be now seen as a follow-up in your clinic. That's another way to start building up your patients in your clinic. The last step in this organic marketing strategy is look for any retiring or older physicians in the field, befriend them, and as they slowly wind down their practice, open up the doors and the gates so you can sort of take over the baton. They're passing the baton on to you to take over these patients. Many doctors don't have an exit strategy. They don't have a game plan on what to do after they want to retire, right? They don't have enough volume to sell to the hospital, or they're too small for private equity to be interested in them. So a lot of these practices just shut down shop. That's a great strategy for you to befriend these people and show them there's another strategy where you can take over their patient load. Okay, I want to talk to you about integration. This is sort of step 3.5, if you will. At this point, you have a stable group of patients. You've followed our advice. You're doing really well. Now it's time to introduce the concierge services. So whether that's a lecture series, that's discounts on supplements, that's weekend hours, you're starting to build in wellness services. Maybe it's IV infusions, perhaps it's supplements. All these things you can start including in their experience with you, but you can charge for that. So let's say you just charge something simple as $97 a month, like $100 a month essentially. For 12 months, you have 500 patients who say yes to that. That's $600,000 that you get as your bottom line at the end of the year. $600,000. And so if you did the rest of it, $400,000 from insurance, you're hitting your $1 million mark before the end of 12 months right there. And as you start filling out your schedule, and there's only a certain number of slots you can see, right? And you're sort of filled up, you want to make sure that all the referring sources are working. And then you want to be very efficient with your time. So at this point, you probably can fill up maybe 3 days a week. So the other 2 days, I recommend driving around and doing what drug reps do. Sitting down with practitioners, sitting down with referrals, wining and dining them, taking the front desk staff out, because the front desk actually controls much of the patient population for a lot of your referring docs, and really being, on the cutting edge of usually the top 2 to top 3 referrals for every for that specialty for every doctor. So now that you're at that point and you've exceeded or hit your bandwidth, it's time to expand your bandwidth. So that's step number 4, hiring an extender. You want to hire a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant and start doubling your bandwidth, and then doing the same things we talked about to fill their calendar. Now we hit step number 5, level 2 marketing. Now that you have some money coming in, you feel comfortable, you're full overall, how do you grow the practice? Well, you launch a funnel for your number 1 avatar. If you're a rheumatology practice and you really go after a unique type of patient population, gout, autoimmune disease, maybe fibromyalgia, then you create an educational funnel that deals with symptoms and pain points. You educate them, you add value to them, and then you show them, hey, come see me and I can actually help solve that issue for you. And this educational symptom-based funnel leads to a webinar to the automatic booking appointment. And the second part of this is you want to build up your reviews, Google reviews, Apple reviews, Health Grade, all the different reviews that systems out there. You want to make sure you have 100 reviews, 200 reviews, 500 reviews, and you want to institutionalize this review process. So pretty much everyone gives you a 5-star review. And then the next part of that is a systematic referral program. You want a referral program to where you incentivize, people, and you remind people, hey, who else do you know who has this problem that I can help? And then you're getting all these warm leads coming in as well. At this point, you've optimized and maximized your practice. Now it's time to start thinking about how to add additional revenue. So we look into ancillary services. Is this, if you're a plastic surgery office, is this cool silk sculpting? Is this, Botox injections? If you're a rheumatology practice, are we trying to do infusion services? If this is an ortho practice, are we doing regenerative medicine injections, PRP, stem cells? So start exploring ancillary services. And finally, guys, step 7, sit back and bask in your 7-figure glory. But knowing you guys, you don't do that. You're going to figure out, hey, how do we scale to 8 figures? How do we have multiple locations? How do we sell to private equity and roll this whole thing up and drive off into the sunset? Hope this video is informative. Click on the comments below and drop me what was the most important step here for you and what resonated with you. And I'll catch you on the next video.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Limitless MD. If you found value from this episode, I encourage you to share this episode with a friend and let me know by leaving a review. For more information, make sure you check out the links in the show notes below or simply visit vikramraya.com. Until next time, be phenomenal.